we're releasing a beer today at our brew pub in Tulsa, and it's called Damn It Uncle Terry. I've got an Uncle Terry that we always get into arguments, over Thanksgiving. So I thought it'd be a funny name to come out with right before Thanksgiving is Damn It Uncle Terry.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Who's Joe YouTube Edition.
Who's Joe?
Who the is Joe?
Who's Joe?
Who's Joe?
Who's Joe?
Yeah. Who is Joe?
Today, I am here with Wade from Prairie Artisan Ales, and I'm super stoked about this because Prairie is honestly one of my favorite breweries, easily one of my top 5. Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little about yourself, Wade?
Well, my name is Wade. I've been with Prairie for 4 years now. I run our marketing department. Basically, I do all of our social media. I do all of our merchandise. I don't actually make any of the beer, but I talk about it a lot. I have been on the sales team, and kind of that's my gig. I just talk beer all day and drink beer all day. My favorite beer is Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Okay.
Don't hate. I also love Miller High Life. So, yes, I work for a craft brewery that mostly makes stouts, but every once in a while you need a nice crispy boy. That's what I'm here for.
I won't hate. So how are you at staring contests?
I watched like a couple of your previous videos on staring contests, and I know that I don't have a shot. I'm gonna do my best, but I know that I don't stand a chance. Are you 10-0, or am I your 11th?
You are my 12th. I literally posted my 11th 30 minutes ago.
Okay, so are you 11-0?
I am 11-0.
Yeah, so yeah, didn't realize I was coming on to get my ass kicked, but that's all right. Warmed up.
So let's go ahead and get the staring contest portion out of the way. I will count us down from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So obviously social media presence for a company is like a really big thing right now. If you could work with the social media manager for any other company out there as kind of like a collaboration, who would you work with?
Shit. Sorry. I lost already. I started burning, and I'll tell you, you know what my mistake was? Is right before this, I was like, you know what, I'm going to get him. I'm going to use my clear eyes. It didn't help.
I'm still trying to get that Clear Eyes sponsorship.
Yeah, you deserve it. Sorry. I knew I was going to lose, but I didn't think I was going to lose that fast. Answer your question. I really always enjoyed like the snarkiness of like Wendy's, Steakums, sort of those. I know that sounds silly, but those are kind of the ones that are just they get people's attention, and I've eaten at Wendy's because of that Twitter account, and they like make fun of McDonald's all the time. And Steakums is funny. Within the craft beer world, there's some really good Twitter accounts. Austin Beer Works, they do cool stuff. There's like a difference between, there are some breweries that really focus on like interaction and kind of not snarkiness per se, but interaction and kind of addressing, kind of participate in trends and jokes and kind of like what's going on. And then there's other breweries like Allagash in Maine that just post these like gorgeous pictures all the time, and it's like borderline erotic. So like there's I don't really know where I fit in that. I know I definitely don't fit in the really pretty picture range. So I don't know. To answer your question, I kind of try to model after the smart. I like to interact with people, and I like to give people some shit for their, I don't know, for being sensitive or for whatever it is. And I don't know. I like to have fun with it. I always joke because my the owner of our company doesn't have Twitter, and so on the other social media platforms, I'm a little bit more, professional sounding. Or on Twitter, I let loose a little bit more.
That's kind of hilarious. So I am now 12-0, and having watched the other videos, you know at this point that I tried to go the rest of the interview without blinking as well.
I'm gonna keep an eye on you.
So how do you approach deciding what you're going to post? Like, how do you approach the social media presence of it? Do you look at any of the algorithms or the analytics or anything like that when you're deciding?
No, I've learned. So I am not a social media like major or anything like that. I took some marketing classes, but I don't know. I'm still learning a lot. I've looked into kind of understanding search engine optimization and that kind of thing. So I do a lot of that, but for the most part, when it comes to social media, we're a brewery that's always releasing new stuff. We do new releases every month, and so for me, it's more just like, how do I get this information out in a way that won't bore people?
It seems to me that y'all have a lot of beer names that kind of lend to doing fun social media content. Do you have any input into the naming process?
Yeah, so we're a really small company, and so a lot of that is, a guy that works on the canning line might come up with the name. We're releasing a beer today at our brew pub in Tulsa, and it's called Damn It Uncle Terry. I've got an Uncle Terry that we always get into arguments, over Thanksgiving. So I thought it'd be a funny name to come out with right before Thanksgiving is Damn It Uncle Terry. A lot of people go into those family events where they're having these maybe political arguments with family members. How's it going? So yeah, it's definitely a group effort. Not to say that I name every beer by any means. We also do have some code words. So anything that's pirate bomb, pirate noir, pirate whatever, that's something that's aged in a rum barrel for us. Or paradise means it's got coconut in it. So there's some names that sort of just happen themselves. But then yeah, we have a good time with naming beers.
So what do you think of what do you think Terry is going to think of the newly named beer?
I'm going to get a couple crowlers of it and take it to Thanksgiving. We're doing a different kind of Thanksgiving this year, but we'll still see some people. So I'm going to leave him a can of it, and we'll see what he thinks.
You'll have to let me know the aftermath.
Uncle Terry's a good sport. He'll have fun with it.
So you've got some professional sports teams over there in Oklahoma. Have you done any collaborations with any of them?
We have one professional sports team. Oklahoma.
Oh, right.
It's the Thunder. We've got some soccer teams too, but we have not. In fact, more of the opposite. I have put the Thunder logo on social media posts before, only to quickly have them call me and tell me that I do not have the authorization to use their logo. So, what can you say? But no, we haven't. We're kind of the way that our company started. We got really big really fast when we released Bomb. That was back in 2013, I want to say. And Bomb made a couple top 100 beer in the world lists. We were a top 100 brewery in the world for 5 times until Rate Beer stopped making their list. And so our footprint is a lot bigger than just Oklahoma. And actually, it's helped us during the pandemic a lot because we've had a lot more places where we're already set up to sell beer. That's been actually huge for us. But we have not, done a lot of the in-state stuff that I hope that we get to do in the future, because that would be fun.
Can you tell me anything about the Prairie Dog Club and how that came about?
I I don't know how it came about. It actually predates me. It's been around for a long time. I know at one point there was a Kickstarter right when we were starting our brewery, and people were able to name beers like that. But the most recent version of it that we did was we have a membership of 350 people. They get the big part of it. There's a couple perks that they get throughout the year. The big thing is that they get to create their own barrel aged beer, basically, and they vote on adding the adjuncts. And there's a couple of beers that come out of it that only get released to the Prairie Dogs, including this one. This is called Sweet Spot dog label here. We're putting that program on pause right now just because of COVID, and a lot of the events that we get to do are in person or for whatever reason. But it's a cool program. It's helped us a lot in the past come up with it's like a good test market because it's all Prairie super fans. Obviously, it's not like a cheap club to be in. So the people that are in it really do like Prairie beer, and they kind of help us come up with new ideas. Like I don't think that we probably would have wanted to ever put caramelized banana in a beer, but one group put that in their beer this year, and it was delicious. So there's a chance that in next year or sometime we might do some sort of caramelized banana barrel aged beer into distribution. So for those reasons, it's been really cool. Plus it's a cool way to kind of reward the people that have been Prairie fans since for the last years that we've been in existence.
Well, being in that club is kind of on my bucket list. So if there's ever any openings, I'm going to throw my foot in that door faster than you can.
Absolutely. Yeah.
If you could pick any adjuncts to go in, what would you pick?
Having had that caramelized banana one, I don't even like bananas that much, but I would do like a coffee caramelized banana, maybe vanilla too. And those are my favorites.
You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see a chocolate raspberry variant.
Okay, that'd be very good. We did one in. We also have, so the way we're set up, we've got a tap room in Oklahoma City, a brew pub in Tulsa, and those are kind of our research and development facilities. Basically, they pump out a lot more beers than that go into distribution. And we did one in Oklahoma City that I think it was raspberry, a raspberry stout, and it was called Deli Cat Essen. It was really good. So that'd be a cool one to do.
So I know y'all do some collaborations with other breweries. Do you know how the process of establishing that collaboration goes, and what do you think of the ones that have happened is your favorite of the collaborations that Prairie has done?
One that's my favorite. I can answer that part of the question first. I don't know if I have any. It's called Let's Get This Done. It is a stout that we made with Cigar City, and we only distributed it in Oklahoma and in Florida. And it was a imperial stout, and it had like brigadeiros, which is like a Brazilian bonbon. Is very chocolatey. It was very, very, very good. That's probably my favorite one we've done. We very recently did one with Boulevard. I haven't tried that one yet, but I am sure that it's going to be very good because it's Boulevard. How it kind of how those come about. I think that it's usually the brewers that know each other. We do a lot of local ones too. We did a peanut butter and jelly sour with a local brewery here in Oklahoma called Rough Tail not long ago, and it was phenomenal. A lot of times, it's just the brewers that know each other, and everyone kind of hangs out in this industry or knows each other through different ways. But you just kind of do it. Yeah. It's not like a lot of planning or anything.
So, what beers can you not send to Alabama because of the ABV?
I forget what the number is. There's a magic number. I want to say it's like 13%.
It's 13.9.
13.9. Okay, so any beer that we have I don't know that Alabama is the only state, but once you get above that 13%, like it's not really like our first batch of Bourbon Paradise was 16.9. So obviously that one we couldn't do. But this most recent batch, I've got it right here. That's the, I'm sorry, it's 15.9. That was the original one. Currently it's 13.7.
So it's
That one will make it this year. I'm not sure. We've kind of sort of aimed at that 14 number, like just to keep it under that, so that we don't have to exclude any markets. I don't think Alabama is the only market that we have to stay out of for ABV rules. So that's kind of the magic number, is the 14. We
I think we've probably got enough footage at this point. I've gone another 25 minutes without blinking. And I am now 12-0, so I guess we've hit the point where I will get you to say I was not able to beat Joe in a staring contest.
I was not able to beat Joe at a staring contest.
If you could, who would you call out to have come and be in one of these videos with me?
I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody. I've never met Michael Graham, but Michael Graham is the guy that tweets for the Austin Beer Works. And he's awesome, and he's a great guy, from what I can tell from Twitter. Seems fun to talk to. That's who I'll call out. I'll call out Michael Graham.
Okay, Michael Graham of Austin Beer Works, you've been called out by Wade from Prairie.
I hope when he comes on, if you can get him to come on, I hope he's drinking like a High Life or something too, because all the people in craft beer like macro beer. There's this big conspiracy that craft beer, if you like craft beer, then you're not allowed to also like macro beers. I'm like, that's like my mission, is that it's okay to drink Michelob Ultra if you want. I think you should drink whatever you want.
So here's an idea, and I know you can't make this happen, and this is completely in jest. But what if Prairie sponsored my staring contest series and used the slogan, Prairie, we're staring into your future and we see Prairie beer in it.
It's quite the slogan. I think we should shorten it and just call it Prairie Stary.
Prairie staring. That works for me. Well, that's going to be it for another episode of Who's Joe YouTube Edition. Thank you so much, Wade, for being with us here. If you are anywhere in Prairie's footprint and you have not tried any of their beers, you should. Especially their stouts. Their stouts are so ridiculously delicious. I am going to be doing some review videos on some of their beers coming up very soon. If you haven't already liked the video, go ahead and do that. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that. And follow Prairie on Twitter, because Wade makes some incredibly entertaining posts there. But there will be one video down here at the left corner that I recommended, one video down here at the bottom right that YouTube has recommended. Watch one of them, watch both of them, watch all of my videos. But that's going to be it for the next time, and I'll see y'all the next time.